And what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Show. I'm your host, Silver Dragons, but of course, it's not just me. I'm joined with my co-host over on the east side, Yankee Stacking. What's up, Yankee? There you go. Hey, Yankee, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you, man? So great to be here. This is going to be amazing, SD.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. We can hear you loud and clear, so welcome. And it looks like we got 56 people in the chat. What's up to everyone here? If it's your first time, welcome to the Coast to Coast Show. We do these every 2 weeks with me and Yankee Stacking, but we're doing something very special tonight.
Yeah, I know. We have do you want to say it or can I say it?
Why don't you say it?
We have the CEO and founder of Monument Metals tonight on Coast to Coast.
Absolutely. So let's all welcome John Swires. What's up, John?
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Hi, John. Thanks for being on.
Absolutely. We're very excited to have you. And real quick, John, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do over at Monument Metals and maybe how long you guys have been doing everything?
Sure. Well, I started Monument Metals about 6 years ago. We are an e-commerce retailer of precious metals and bullion products. I've spent my entire professional career in the bullion business. My first job was at sort of an LCS, a coin shop,
Sure.
where I learned more in 7 years doing that than in 50 years doing anything else. And then I moved to another local business that did more online and phone type of business and learned the wholesale side of the business and supplied a lot of those companies that you guys use on a regular basis. And then thought that we could do a little bit better job of it ourselves and started this business. And that was 6 years ago. And man, feels like another 20 years since 6 years ago.
Right.
That's cool.
It's been a roller coaster, I'm sure.
Yes.
It's a family-owned operation.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. That's really special.
That's super cool. And, people are filtering in. Welcome to the Coast to Coast Show. It's a very special tonight. The first half of the show tonight, we'll be doing an interview with John Swires, CEO over at Monument Metals. And we will have time for the chat to ask him some questions after the interview. So if you have any questions, be thinking of them. Don't put them in the chat yet, but we'll have time for that for sure.
Oh, they're probably going to stick them in there. They're not going to listen to you, SD.
No, they're not going to listen to me. They're just going to ask. But Yankee, why don't you kick off the questions for John?
Oh, this is exciting. Thank you. Again, this is really special. And thanks for that 10 spot, Stacking Stormtrooper. Welcome, Monument Metals. Wow, that's
Very
so cool. Hey, John, thanks so much. Can you tell us about modern bullion grading and how that's changed your industry?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. How long do
Oh,
these responses have to be? Do you
cool.
want them, should I
It,
cut it short? You know, how,
no, it
what do
could
we
be,
got?
yeah.
a
We
few
got like a
minutes.
dozen questions
Yeah,
for you.
or it doesn't matter, or you could be one word. It doesn't matter.
Should everyone sit down and get comfy for this answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, get a cup
Okay,
of coffee. Here we go.
Yeah, cup of
modern
coffee.
modern bullion grading.
Yeah.
I am not a big fan of modern bullion grading. Anyone that has used our site, if you go on our site, you'll see that there is not a lot of modern bullion graded material on there. That is not an accident. Um, modern bullion grading. Uh, I One thing that I do appreciate, if you're a collector and you want an MS70 or a perfect specimen of something, and
Right.
you want one of this, you want one of that, one of another thing, do it. Do whatever you want with your collection. It's your money. That's great. Um, what I don't like is what has happened to sort of, what dealers are required to do for all of this grading and what it can do to people that don't know the market.
Right.
There are many companies that will market only MS69 and MS70 material, especially releases that are what I like to call artificially rare, where there will be something where um, only a 5,000 coin run will be made, and this is one of only 100 that are MS70, and now this coin that has 1 ounce of silver in it is worth $3,000
Right.
because of that. I mean, that's not a realistic number for a coin like that in terms of demand. And the modern bullion grading system, in my opinion, is built somewhat to take advantage of those who are less informed in the precious metals industry.
Interesting.
It's very easy to hear this is a perfect MS70 coin.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had to be the one many times where a nice little old lady or a guy that just retired took half their retirement and put it in these coins, and I have to tell them it's worth half. And I'm
Wow.
the highest bid, and I'm the highest bid by 20%.
Wow.
It's just, I think it does not give a clear picture of value in many cases.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are rare cases where modern grading is a good idea. And, look, these grading companies are out there to make money. I think there should be more educational tools out there. And I spend a lot of time on the phone speaking to investors and collectors alike about this kind of stuff. I just think that the John Q. Public buying graded coins needs a better place to get an education about what this stuff really means. Just because it's MS70, if you're buying an MS70 2020 Silver Eagle this year, it's not going to be worth $5,000 in 10 years. I mean,
Wise
there's
words. Yep.
It'll be
There's,
worth
you know,
35.
there's millions
Right.
of these coins out there, and straight out of the box, they all grade 69. And 100 years from now, the 70s will still be 70s. These aren't coins from 100 years ago where there was no grading,
Right.
and populations have dwindled significantly. And demand is always changing too, so it's really hard to
So like
predict.
the first strike, a first day, all those, interesting nuances that they kind of put in there. It doesn't make
it's
sense,
marketing.
right?
It's marketing for those companies.
Right.
It's an interesting thing to say. I mean, I am not the expert on all of the different types, the first strike and first day of issue and all that. But didn't they designate first strike as anything within the first 30 days of release?
I think it is a
That is
month.
submitted.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, I
month.
think-
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, what is a first strike to you? First strike to me is something that was actually struck first, not 30 days later.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
So
just
that-
when you have to turn in your application for the coin. It doesn't even have to
Right.
get there by then.
That's true.
Well, and look, I don't have a close relationship with any of those grading companies, and I don't want to cast aspersions because they know more than I do about their own business. But it's interesting when companies that submit huge amounts of this material get a much higher percentage of 70s back, and those that don't get a much lower percentage. Just saying.
So
Well,
kind of a
great
follow
answer.
up. I think we can kind of assume. So Monument Metals doesn't buy, like, you guys don't buy a bunch of monster boxes of whatever and then send them down to PCGS, or is that something you guys
Never.
do?
We
Wow.
don't do that at
Good
all.
for you.
I'm
Wow.
not a part of that. And the other thing is, from the dealer perspective, let's say that we did that. There are so many deals like that are losers for dealers.
Right.
You got to remember, you think about all the 70s that come back and you make huge premiums. That's true. But A, what are you doing to the consumer when you do that? And B, remember all of the 69s you got back that now you have to sell either at break even or at a loss. Does that outweigh the amount that you made on your 70s?
Right.
And, so that's not really our business. There are some in the precious metal space that are much better at that than we are. That's never been my forte, and I was scarred early on dealing with that stuff from some of the companies I'm sure you've heard of before.
Yeah, it seems like there's quite a few that do that. Yankee, did that pretty much answer your question?
That was a great answer. Yep.
Okay,
I'm gonna put
good. I'm one for one. Let's go. It's 9 o'clock out here.
Hi to everybody that's joining us. I'm going to put the name and a link in the chat. We're interviewing John Swires from Monument Metal. He's the CEO and founder of that great bullion company. So I'm going to put
I need
that
to bring
in
you guys along, like around in the office, so you guys can just follow me around and say that title all the time. No one ever calls me that.
No one does, huh? Well, we'll call you that tonight.
All right. Well, thank you.
We're honored to have you. Thank you for joining us, and we'll continue on with the questions here. So, our next question for you is, how does your company calculate premiums on semi-numismatic silver? I mean, you could talk about gold and stuff too, but mainly the kookaburras, pandas, koalas, stuff like that, because it seems like a lot of the different online bullion dealers have different prices. And I guess me and some other people, I'm sure, are just kind of curious how you guys figure out what to charge for those.
Sure. That's a good question. To be honest, I believe that really on most semi-numismatic pieces, the most recent, the 2020 Swans were just released.
Right.
A lot of that is dictated by the mints and what they want to charge the dealers. I mean, you take the Swans that just came out. I don't remember what the initial premium was, but basically $15 over spot, I believe, is roughly what it was.
Yeah, I think they're going for like 35 or something about.
Yes, something like that. And I think there's sort of this image out there from the collecting community that dealers are getting these things for pretty close to spot and just marking these things up in huge numbers. That is not the case. That is not the case at all. We bought some of them. I had a chance to get more. And I declined because there's not really a whole lot of room to make anything on them. It's really dictated in many cases by what the mints want to make on those coins. I wanted to say, now I'm sure some of the other dealers that got more of them probably got a better price.
Right.
But I'm sure that it wasn't much better than what we had. I want to say that even at those prices, we'd probably make $2 or $3 a coin. Something like that.
Sure.
So, we're not out here making $10 an ounce, on these kind of coins. So a lot of that is dictated by the mints. You mentioned kooks. Kooks are usually a much tighter item because that's an annual series and there's a lot more demand for those.
Right.
And what is it, 100,000 mintage every year on those, on the 1 ounce?
I think the kookaburras are higher. Maybe someone in the chat knows. I thought it was like 400 or maybe even more.
Listen, I used to know. There's too many coins now. I can't memorize all these things anymore. But and pandas too. Pandas will have a much tighter spread because there's going to be more demand for those coins. Although this year is funny for pandas because it kind of got stuck with the tariff.
Right.
So a lot of places are not carrying 2020 pandas simply because dealers really don't want to get stuck with super high premium material that may or may not have demand, in 6 months.
Right,
So,
and they're not even announced. It sounds like Silver Down Under saying 500,000 mintage on the Kooks, and
he's right. That's the number.
I think
That's
the
correct.
Pandas are usually like 8 million or something crazy.
Pandas are much higher.
Yeah, way higher.
Pandas are basically as many as they can, fill the market with.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
Well, John, Silver Dragons and I just got through a monster box challenge. And unfortunately, Silver Dragons won.
No, that's not unfortunately.
Oh, yes, it is. All right. So anyway.
It was a fun challenge.
It was a blast. So we definitely were focused quite a bit on Silver Eagles. But I have a question for you. Where do you see the greatest demand with your inventory?
Well, I mean, you'll never miss Silver Eagles. Those are always almost the top. I would say for us, a lot of 90% silver. We sell a ton of that stuff. There's always demand. You can make money in different ways with junk silver. You can make money on premium spikes. You can also make money on spot going higher. It's the most divisible item in silver that maintains low premium. For instance, have you ever tried to buy fractional silver bars or gram silver bars?
Oh, such a scam.
High premium.
I mean, like
High
20,
premium.
30, 40% premiums on that material.
Yeah, even higher on the gram.
Why not just buy a quarter or a dime at 39 cents an ounce over spot right now?
Right.
That's exactly right.
To me, and I'm a little biased because I've always liked it, but I feel like 90% silver, especially in the United States, because it's all familiar here, I feel like that's really the best buy in silver anywhere.
That's how I started stacking when I was a kid. So I agree with you.
Yeah. So we have a lot of demand for that. As far as gold, most of the demand are in the mainstays. I mean, there's a reason why the silver eagle is always the highest selling coin every year. In gold and silver, though, something that we have a lot of demand for that maybe I didn't think we would have going into the business. There's a lot of demand for older Mexican gold and silver.
Really?
The older Libertads, some of the Quadamex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, early peso styles, and even outside of Mexico, like Colombia 5 pesos and stuff. There's a lot of interest in interesting world gold types that we do a lot of business in also.
Do you see a varying demand geographically? So if I live down south, would you see more Mexican silver or gold, and up where I'm at right here in New Hampshire, more Canadian?
Yeah, you'll see it be excuse me. You'll see it be a little bit regional, yes. But in terms of precious metals demand, Florida, Texas, New York, California, Pennsylvania are our top 5, I think, and that's pretty standard in the business for most.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me too. I'm going to be honest. The older style Libertads are one of my all-time favorite silver coins. So gorgeous. I actually just picked up a tube of them. So yeah, and I see that you guys have them on.
Maple nut.
Yeah. Yankee loves the maples.
Oh, yeah.
You live closer to Canada than I do, but
I think maples are here. Let me throw that. I'm with you. I think maples are extremely underrated. I think more people should buy them if they want government minted silver and gold. They try way harder than the U.S. Mint does on everything. They have better security features.
Yep.
They're pure on the gold instead of 22 karat on the gold, like the Gold Eagle is.
right.
On top of that, they got rid of almost all of their milk spotting issues on their silver maples. That change that they made, I think they called it Mint Shield.
Right.
Did that work?
That actually works.
Yeah.
It actually works.
Wow.
They spent a lot of money trying to figure that out, and they did figure it out.
Awesome. I don't know if you have any insider information, but I've been looking all over the Royal Canadian Mint. They haven't exactly said what the Mint Shield is. In my opinion,
and they won't.
Aren't they?
They
just,
won't say.
Don't you think they're just cleaning the planchets better, like they would do for a higher premium?
We're cleaning it differently.
They won't tell anyone because it's like an industry trade secret because they figured it out. They spent a long time. They knew it was a problem. They spent a long time figuring out, and they finally did, and they're not going to tell anyone
Because
because,
Spectacular is actually saying
Yeah.
that they still happen. I've seen some
well,
28
it
Yeah,
can.
milk,
on
I'm
but
occasion.
it does
nothing's
happen.
100%, but I
But it's
mean,
better.
I remember having, you know, tubes and tubes of coins that have never been opened of older maples that I'll spot, and it's very rare that I see anything 2018 or after that has milk spotting. I mean, anything can happen, but significantly reduced.
My
Yeah.
tubes are pure. I check them every so often. They're good.
Okay,
All right.
so I think we pretty much covered the demand side of things. I've got a. Okay, so most of the people in our community here, John, you probably know, they're stackers, right? They like to buy silver and gold on the cheap. That we're always looking for deals, you know. First thing people do is they go to the
Really?
deals.
No
Yeah,
way.
believe it. It's real. So
I know it's a stretch.
here's my question. How can stackers maximize value when it comes to purchasing silver and gold from monument metals?
Well, I mean, I think this goes for us, but I think this is, pretty good general information as well. With silver, you're going to want to try and buy anything as close to spot as you can. So buy all the spot deals from all the different companies. That's a great way to start. Personally, I like junk silver, as I mentioned, especially right now because premiums are low. If demand heats up, 90% can get pretty expensive, and then I would skip it. But secondary market silver. That when I say secondary market, I mean silver that's been owned by somebody before you. So 100-ounce bars, 10-ounce bars, silver rounds that have been owned before that may not be perfect, may have some toning on it,
Right.
may have, like, if you 7x magnify it on your phone, you can find something wrong with it. Those kind of things that you can't sell as new, you can usually have some savings on that. And usually when the secondary market is, flush with material, they're usually really great deals that companies like us and, other companies will have good deals on. And a lot of the times the material is pretty nice and almost brand new, but just, normally there's something that's just a little bit off about it. And that's why, but we sell a ton of material that way. And then any sale that has, any quantity end of the year kind of pricing on Silver Eagles, like last year, end of 2019, all the companies want to get rid of whatever 2019s they have left at, mint cost or below, because they're making room for 2020s. And all of a sudden, come January 1st, 2020, nobody wants 2019s as current year anymore.
Right.
And they just become quote unquote any date coins. That's a great time to buy Silver Eagles, Silver Maples, any of the government stuff, because they're sort of a closeout. It's almost like, buying last year's car model right as they're introducing the next year, the new year. It's like a clearance almost.
So kind of like Black
idea.
Friday, start looking for the end of the year stuff.
Yeah, I mean, probably a little more in December because they stretch that out pretty far.
Right.
But yeah, last couple weeks in December and the first couple weeks in January, right before the U.S. Mint comes out with their next year, you'll get a lot of those. So I think those are good ways to do it. And gold, I think world gold is underrated significantly. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that can't buy 1 ounce of gold at a time, which in my opinion is the best way to buy gold, is in 1 ounce size.
Right.
It's the best combination of divisibility and premium over spot for gold. But if you can't do that, I think world gold is the way to go. And when I say that, I mean 20 francs, British sovereigns, Mexican pesos, Austrian ducats, 4 ducats, Netherlands guilders, that type of material. I think a lot of people sort of shy away from that, but the premiums are much more reasonable. The material is very recognizable. You can sell it anywhere, and you can buy it in bulk because it's out there in the market in pretty sizable quantities.
Yeah, that's interesting that you mentioned that, because I literally just posted a video about me picking up the what was it, the Helvetia, so the Swiss 20 franc.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
sure.
I love them.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Hey, so I'm going to fantasize a little bit about silver prices. April 2011. You remember what the spot price of silver hit?
$49.
I think the close was just shy of 48, but I did think it popped intraday to 49. But oh my word, what would happen, John, if spot price hits $50 an ounce? What would it mean to Monument Metals? What would change? Anything?
It would mean we would be buying a lot more than we're selling, probably.
Right.
I don't think a lot would change. I mean, obviously the price per ounce would be much higher. Demand would be through the roof, either one way or another, depending on what people thought would be coming next. I mean, if people thought 50 was too high and people wanted to get out, you'd probably have a lot of selling. If people thought that was the tip of the iceberg, I think you'd have a lot of buying. So I think the markets would still continue to function pretty efficiently. I think you'd probably have some more delays though than maybe you would experience with lower spot prices. So
It'd be harder to get your metals, huh?
I mean, it depends on what demand is like at the time. I mean, I remember 2011. Honestly, though, 2011 was crazy, but to me, 2008 was crazier. With the when silver was, I believe, before silver was $12 an ounce, and then after the shock of the 2008 crisis, silver dipped to the high $7 an ounce.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, people were buying anything that wasn't nailed down in silver, and that was insane. I mean, people bought everything. I had back then I had a client that bought 110,000 ounce silver bars and had it delivered to his jewelry store.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, he did that once a week for a year. It was just crazy.
Smart man.
Crazy what some of the stuff does. But no, I think the market would function just fine. I think there may be some shipping delays. In fact, gosh, what year was it? My years are kind of blending together, but there was a time in, I want to say 2014 or 2015, where silver spiked lower down in the 13s, and that had been the lowest in a very long time.
That was at the end of 2015, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Okay, there you go. Yeah. And the company I was working for before that, sorry, they're blending together, but there was a time where there was a ton of demand in junk silver, and premium spiked to about 40%.
Oh my gosh!
Over spot on that stuff.
Crazy.
And people were paying upfront and waiting 6 to 8 weeks for delivery with no questions asked.
See, that makes me. That's amazing. That you don't see that happening again.
I mean, anything's possible. The thing was, one thing, the company I worked for at the time kept pushing it. And, we as employees were saying, look, why don't they just buy 100-ounce bars for $1 over or something like that? But no, but I mean, if people want a specific product and that's what they want, people are willing to wait and pay money to do it.
Wow.
So it wouldn't surprise me if that happens again. But, 2011 with the prices hitting those numbers, there really were no problems getting material, selling material, minor delays, that are usually mint side, like, oh, hey, we were supposed to make this many bars and we came up short.
Yeah.
We have to make 12 different designs this week and we only got through 10 of them, that kind of thing.
Right.
But most people were understanding, and I think people actually were a little more patient because I think the trust in the institution becomes a lot more important in those situations. Like, who are you doing business with? Do you trust? Because you're going to have to pay up front in those kind of situations, because no one's going to take an order without payment like that. I mean, it's the same in the business now, but especially when prices are higher and if they're that volatile, I think patience is going to be important.
Yeah. Once everything clears, you'll have to wait another week.
I've seen it before.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, this next question, if I don't ask it, I promise the chat will blow up with it. So I'm just going to ask it every time.
You're not going to like my answer.
Okay. So every time I do a video on Monument Metals or I talk about your business or whatever, the comments are always everyone saying, I love Monument, which is great. And they all say, I love them for one reason, because they don't charge any sales tax, which apparently like all the other bullion dealers do now. So my question is, is that ever gonna change? So, because I don't pay any sales tax here in Oregon, so it doesn't. I never see it. But I'm under the impression
Same.
I'm under the impression that a lot of people pay sales tax and you guys don't charge it right now. So
Right.
is that gonna change ever?
Well, that's not entirely true. We do pay sales tax, but I know what you're talking about. Sales tax is an interesting issue. It's on a per company basis. I don't know if anyone out there has any experience with this. I am now an expert because I have to be. You have to acquire economic nexus in each state that you may qualify for, and every state has different laws about what is taxed, what is not taxed in bullion. It's a whole fun thing. Anyway,
Right.
I believe, and yeah, let me just look at this. Yeah, I think we're going to be adding sales tax to a number of different states probably on April 1st of this year. So anyone that isn't charging sales tax eventually is going to be.
Right.
So that part of the playing field will be even. I'm not a huge fan of paying sales tax on bullion. I think that doesn't make any sense at all. But we have to comply with the rules. And you know, we want to be in business for the long haul, and we want to do things the right way. And unfortunately, that's going to mean sales tax for many people.
Right. And so that you're saying that'll be this year, April 1st, probably.
Most likely. And the thing is, it won't be for every state. It's all on a
Wow.
state by state basis, depending on each business and the amount of business they do in each state and all those kind of things. That's always an evolving thing. But you'll probably see us add that for a number of states on April 1st. I don't have a list in front of me.
Gotcha. What's up, Guido? Someone said not on 90% though. Is that included? I have no idea because you're the expert now.
It depends. Well, not in every state. It depends. Some states have rules, like here in Maryland, although they're trying to repeal this. Here in Maryland, the rule is that anything over $1,000 is considered an investment by the state, and therefore it's not taxed after $1,000. Some states have complete exemptions where you don't pay any sales tax on bullion. Some states are specific to types where, you know, if it's numismatic bullion, all of a sudden you're paying sales tax, or if it doesn't have a certain purity, now you're paying sales tax. And to be honest, I don't have all that memorized.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
So I have a question for you, John. What have you seen change in the online bullion space since, say, 2014?
All right. So to me, this is probably one of the most important things we'll talk about tonight. What has changed in the bullion marketplace? I mean, obviously, online buying has become such a huge part of our economy. I mean, it's how people do a lot of their shopping. We hear from people all over the world in our what I view as our business here in Maryland. Even though we're an international company because we have this online presence. To me, the biggest change, if I had to pick one in the online bullion space since 2014, is consolidation.
Really?
See a lot of companies being bought up, competition becoming smaller. There's not a lot of independent people out there. There's a lot of companies that seem like retailers that are really wholesalers pretending to be retailers. So to me, that has hurt the retail experience online and the customer focus that it should have. And that's a big reason why we remain independent here at Monument Metals, and why I want to keep it that way. We believe that the online space should be the ultimate marketplace for somebody to get something in a competitive way. And I'm sure you can guess who I'm talking about.
There's a lot of other online bullion dealers.
No, there's not. There's just us.
Right. We're not going to mention their names.
Who are they?
Yeah. Honestly,
anyway, long story short, I think there's less options for people, and I think that's bad for the consumer.
Yeah, I think obviously was last year. I think that JM Bullion bought out Provident, and
Who? I don't know. I don't know names. I don't know names of any of these other companies.
Just some random
Who are these
company. I don't
people?
know. They got bought out.
Did you say Monument Metals? Is that what you said?
They were not in
meant to
that
say-
statement. I hope they never. You
Okay.
guys never get bought out. But
No, me too.
honestly, almost overnight, all the prices on the one website became the same as the second website, and the prices went up. And so it was kind of sad for a lot of us consumers, especially us who are used to buying junk silver from Provident. And honestly, I think probably a lot of people went to Monument because you guys do have really good prices on junk. And you know, I'm gonna
We try to be one of the cheapest out there on the most of the material we sell. There's always going to be somebody, with a deal on something that, maybe during that day. Gosh, what was it? Somebody sent me an email on Black Friday last year, and they said, "Why are your prices so high?" Like as we're like selling stuff at like spot, basically.
right.
And I wanted to reply with an image that said, I didn't do this, but I wanted to. I wanted to reply with an image that said like days with the best prices, and then it would say like Monument Metals, and it would have a crossed out 364 and put 1, and then all other dealers like put like one word that was. But I mean, anyone can have a sale on anything and be the cheapest. What we want to do, and when I was talking about consolidation, it's not just the online buyers, or excuse me, the online merchandisers. It's the mints. I mean, you saw Republic Metals go out of business. You've seen Northwest Territorial Mint go out of business. Yep. We need to focus, and I know everyone wants everything at spot all the time, but it's important to know who you're doing business with and be willing to pay some premium, because these places have to keep the lights on, man. I mean, if you want to do business with people you can trust, and when spot goes to $50 an ounce and there's 8-week delays on their bullion, you know that you're actually going to get it. I mean, it's important. It's important to have, some premium to this stuff so that you can build a sustainable business, because I think a lot of businesses have tried to go real low, and I think you've seen how that wound up.
Yeah, you can only go razor thin for so long.
Yeah.
So, actually, since you brought up buying spot, there's almost 160 people here now. We are going to have a spot deal offered by Monument Metals. We'll give you all the information here after the interview. It's exclusive to watching this show, so stick around for that.
And it is pretty cool. It is amazing, actually, so you don't want to miss it.
Yes, so we're happy for that. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I wanted to jump into this question. So what does Monument Metals have to offer that the other online bullion dealers don't? So I guess, why should we buy from you guys?
Well,
sell it to me, John.
Despite popular belief, we tape all of our tubes shut when we ship them.
Oh my gosh. I was not going to say anything about that.
Oh, there it is.
We are a family-owned company. I mentioned consolidation. We want to remain independent in this market. We believe, and I've mentioned this through answering some of the other questions that you've asked. We have strong beliefs about ways that this market should be handled and ways that things should be done. One of the reasons I started this company and wanted to do online is because when I started it, I really felt like online had not gotten the right balance between value and service.
Right.
I know that you can just go on our site or go on any other site and just do your shopping and never talk to anyone or any of those kind of things. But one of the things we pride ourselves on here is we have a knowledgeable staff that can actually help answer questions for you. And not just say, here's the price on a gold eagle today. I think that knowing who you're doing business with and having a relationship with the people you do business with is more important in 2020 than it was, say, 10 years ago. So being able to call, ask for me, I spend at least an hour or two a day available on our chat service or answering phones because I like doing it. I try and be involved. Some of the people that I work with here also have a good bit of experience and like to interact with the community. I like going on shows like this, talking to people who are, really out there actually buying things,
Sure.
and have legitimate good questions. I like educating the community as well, and I think Monument Metals does, or I like to think that Monument Metals does a great job about informing people about what's going on in the markets and helping people avoid some of the pitfalls, because there are so many new people in this business. I know a lot of your community is probably buying all the time, but you can't understand how many new people are coming into this market and have no idea what spot price is. They don't know that $10 an ounce over spot on silver is probably a lot. Like, they don't understand those things. So we try and make those things simple for people and help them as best we can, on top of having a great site, having good options and quality of material, and good prices, as we mentioned before. To me, those things are all givens.
Yeah, those are all great reasons. And I'm seeing some questions in the chat. I think we have one more question, and then we'll get to the chat. We'll open it up. So
sure.
And maybe a bonus question.
Okay.
All right. Okay, John. I love predictions. I love making them, and I love being wrong. So help us. Just have fun here. We're not going to hold you to it, but do you have any spot price predictions for this year? Maybe beyond?
I think we'll have silver at $20 this year. I think the 0.5% rate cut was a big deal.
Yes.
I think that was a really big deal.
They tipped their hand, didn't they?
Well, I mean, if you've been following this for a long time, I don't think it's a surprise. But yeah, I mean, just when major markets think things are fine, things turn around, which wasn't totally unexpected. But the admission that it needs even more help, and sort of the longer term admission that the economy can't grow in the way that it needs to without low interest rate policy, I think is very important for people to understand.
Awesome. I am going to throw this one out there because I know somebody had emailed me earlier and said, could you just ask them this? Do you offer military discounts for veterans and active duty members?
We don't, but we probably should.
Oh man, that would mean a lot to a lot of people in our community.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure how some of these places do that.
So,
because I know what they pay,
right,
and I know what it costs to do what it costs to do, and I'm not sure how anybody makes any money at some of those levels.
I know of a few dealers that do it. It sounds like most of them just obviously do like the tiered pricing thing where they give you the lowest tier, and they got to be losing money because if someone does $100 order, with shipping and everything, then
they must. They must. Look. I don't mean that to say we don't support veterans. I mean, we love the people that serve this country. It's very important for us and for everyone in the future. At this point, as you mentioned, a lot of those sites, we have the lowest prices of all those places on a regular basis. There's not a lot of cutting to do on a lot of these things.
Right.
And the quote unquote free shipping is not free for everybody.
Of course. Yeah. I actually sell my own poured silver. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but the shipping can really kill you sometimes.
Very true.
Do tell.
Yeah, it can be very expensive, especially if you're going international. I don't know. Do you guys ship internationally at all?
We do. Not a ton international, but yeah, shipping is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and all the prices just went up. Canada went up. I think Australia just went up a few more bucks.
That's just they do that every year.
Yeah. All
right. I think we're ready for the questions from the chat. Put 3 question marks ahead of your questions so it really pops, and we'll try to grab as many as we can, but we don't want to keep John here too long, so just maybe a few. Go ahead. Here we go.
Let's just grab the first one from Jonathan Reese here. What coin, round, or bar are you stacking personally right now?
Canadian maples.
Oh, me too. Oh, love it. Those are awesome.
That's an easy one. Thoughts on
Cox?
Yeah, thoughts on gold-silver ratio. Do you think it's wide, I think is what he's assuming?
Yeah, I mean, I believe so. Now, there's sort of that historic 50-to-1 ratio, which I think is everyone is looking towards. Do I think it will move closer to that? Yes. But there's no guarantee that 50-1 is always going to be the ratio
Right.
that it moves to.
Mhm.
So do I believe silver should be higher in relation to gold? Yes. Do I 100% know the reasons why? No. But do I believe it's going to go higher in the long term? Yes. So I feel like silver is cheap right now in comparison to other metals, platinum also. So if you're buying, anything under $20 spot price to me is good to do in silver.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I agree with that. Let's grab. We got one from Spectacular. Why is spot different on every website? I notice yours tends to be the
I
lowest.
love you. I love you. Oh, yes.
Don't we all love Speg?
I love Speg. How are you doing, Speg? That's a good one. Well, I don't know if I can really answer this question on this stream.
I don't even know if he's joking or not. Is he being serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah. Different sites have different spot prices. I can't explain why others would be higher than ours. All I know is that we get a direct market feed and don't add any amount to them and make them higher manually.
Artificially?
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Really?
Well, that's good
I
to
don't
know.
think anyone else does either.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, what kind of API are they pulling from where they're adding an extra 0.5% there?
I don't know how other people run
special
their
formula.
businesses, but typically I think you'll see our spot prices are a little bit lower. So we use direct market feeds, and we don't mess with the prices that we get. So can only answer in response to our own company. But that's a great question, and thank you, Spag.
Silver Steeler says, how much over spot do you pay for an eagle?
Ooh.
Do we pay?
Yeah. For eagles.
Or, I guess silver, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's saying silver. Are you able to tell us the dealer pricing, I suppose?
Yeah, $2.15 an ounce over spot. We're not a direct AP. There's only a few companies that are to buy them at $2. So we pay $2.15 on current year Eagles
Right.
from 2020s.
Steve Woods is asking, why are premiums on platinum so much more than gold?
Well, for one thing, the people that produce it make the premiums higher. So that's a big one. I think that has a lot to do with supply of platinum. Supply is always hot and cold on platinum. You'll always read about all of these work stoppages at mines in South Africa and all these other places that mine platinum. Demand is also hot and cold on platinum. We were talking before the stream about promoting different metals other than gold and silver.
Right.
And the amount of platinum we still sell a good amount, but in comparison, it's so much lower. So when these mints are preparing these materials, they've still got to make it worth it for them to, stop the presses and make platinum products. And I guess the way to make that happen is wider spreads.
Yeah.
You had mentioned earlier about the Canadian Bullion having so many security features and being advanced in a lot of ways. The Royal Canadian Mint really knows what they're doing. Jonathan Reese asks, what do you think the new design of the ASE will look like, or what the safety features will be?
I don't know, but I know that they are changing them next year. And I think the marketplace will be happy about that. But to be honest, I don't think it really changes anything. I mean, Silver Eagle was still number one. I think it will continue to be number one by a wide margin. I don't see that changing.
Yeah. Just Anno is asking if you guys have eCheck. I think I've done eCheck on your website.
Yes. One of the things I should have said this one that says what makes Monument different. We offer eCheck to anybody on our site, even first-time buyers. Some sites I know you have to do business for a while first, or send in a voided physical check and all those kind of things. We offer it to all buyers, even from the beginning, dealing with us. So it makes it easy to jump in, do business, and then, get your stuff.
House of Dragons and Darth Stacker both ask, any chance you're going to do your own collection or series?
We started already. We have those monument rounds that you did the video on.
Oh, you know what? I'll just pull it up on the screen here.
Oh, segue.
Look at that gorgeous beauty.
I tossed that one up for you, man.
Let me flip it over so you guys can see them.
Thanks for the softball, guys.
No problem.
Look at that right there.
That's our landmarks of Washington series. We did the United States Capitol first. We're actually working on the second edition. That'll be a different landmark of Washington. We don't have a design quite yet that's done, but hopefully that'll be coming out at some point this year when we get around to fixing all of that together. And we're going to continue that series. It's been very popular for us, and I think we capped the mintage on that at 50,000. Although we'll probably stop short. We'll probably stop around 30, 35, something like that.
Nice. Let's see. Are you going to start selling dragon rounds? You guys actually do have some dragon stuff.
There you go.
Someone
great,
literally, I'm just
question.
reading it. I wasn't even like trying to.
It sounded like you were asking that question there, SD, but no. Silver and Sapphire asked it. Yeah.
We'll just skip that one.
Yes.
22 karat gold eagles or 24 karat maples, which are better?
I like the Canadian stuff, but you can't argue with the popularity of the eagle. Most people buy eagles.
Yeah. Most people.
Yeah, most people buy eagles. It's not really close. Most people buy eagles.
Yeah, definitely. Do you take walk-in sellers if someone wanted to come? Do you have a brick and mortar store, or is it all online?
We do have an office. We just ask that you call us ahead and let us know when you're coming. It's mostly it's 99% online here. We might expand and do the brick and mortar side, but as I mentioned earlier in the webcast, my first job was at a local coin shop setting like that, and I have scars from those days. So maybe we'll get back to that.
Let's maybe take one or two more, and then we wrap it up here.
I got one from Darth. It's actually pretty good. Has that illness that shall not be mentioned on YouTube affected your business in any way?
No.
Cool.
All right, that was easy enough.
Did you see the petition that Corona is making a joke to call it the Bud Light virus?
Yes. The beer virus. Oh yeah,
beer flu. Yeah.
Beer flu.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we'll combine two. We got to finish this up here, guys. But Spectacular wants to request you sell more supplies like flips and things, and then Silverholic wants to know what's the lowest price spread: bars, bullion, or rounds, or I guess junk.
Yeah.
Well, for the first one, more coin supplies. That's my fault. We should sell more. My background, as I was saying, is in wholesale, and I just wasn't exposed to a ton of the coin supply stuff. Like, people were ordering box of this, box of that. No one was asking for capsules. So that's something that I need to have us expand so that everyone can get, their, Queen's Beast capsules and all those kind of things. So we'll work on that. I'm sorry, what was the second part?
I was asking the lowest spread, so between like bars, rounds, stuff like that.
Honestly, in a lot of cases, it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other, depending on what the products are. Because there's a large segment of the population that will say, I don't want to buy Silver Eagles because they're too high premium. Well, if you're selling to a reputable place like us, or like, many of our competitors, they're going to pay you well over spot for that material. So the spread actually is still pretty close to what it may be on silver rounds or silver bars or things like that. I think a general rule is just try and buy as close to spot as you can, or buy very highly recognizable material like Silver Eagles or 90% silver.
Right.
How's this for the last question, John? Since you mentioned buying stuff back, Silver Stallion asks, are there any rounds or bars you won't buy back?
Ooh, good question.
That's a good question.
Do you mean like in terms of a brand or just
I think he
general
means like
guidelines?
Like are they too like damaged, or is there anything that like maybe politically we probably don't want to get into all that, but something that your company won't buy
or anything? Yeah.
No, one thing I don't like to buy, we'd still buy it. We just adjust the price. But, anything that isn't marked clearly, we can't resell something like that. Like I had a guy bring in a bunch of 999 rounds. They were 999, but they weren't marked clearly. And, I can't turn around and sell those as, 999 rounds because, to the layperson that doesn't know what they're looking at, they don't even know if it's silver or not. So that kind of material, you want everything to be marked. I think people take a lot of their material. I'm not saying that we won't buy it, but I think a lot of people take their bars or some of their coins out of the original packaging a lot.
Oh, right.
That's not a great idea in general.
Yeah.
I had a guy, gosh, what was it? I had a guy bring in a whole bunch of Perth Mint 1 ounce gold bars that he had, been playing with them for years, or fondle your gold or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just looked a little off. I mean, if those bars had just been in their original holders, we would still test them, but it would have been 2 seconds and done. And I had to buy them back as secondary, melt 999. So, leave the stuff in the original packaging, please.
Well, there you go. You heard it from the bullion dealer, from the CEO himself. Don't take it out of the original packaging.
I have a question I want to ask myself, so I can.
Oh, please do. Absolutely.
Do it.
Hey, John, why do e-checks take 4 to 5 business to clear?
That's a great one, John.
Right.
John, thank you so much for your question. I would love to answer that. Okay, for everyone out there, when an e-check is submitted, the money does not instantly go to the dealer. Usually it takes about 24 to 48 hours for that amount to be deducted from your bank account. The money goes through the routing bank, through the Federal Reserve, through another routing bank, to the payment processor, and then to us. And the reason it takes 4 to 5 days for all that to happen is not because the money moves too slowly. It's because a lot of the technology, ACH, which is e-check, is based on 1970s technology in the United States. In Europe, they have this upgraded where it goes much faster. But in the United States, it's based mostly on 1970s technology. There is same-day ACH in the United States, but not all banks have it.
Right.
So, excuse me. So the reason it takes 4 to 5 days is because many banks will take up to 4 to 5 days to tell the dealer that the payment bounced for NSF, or because of incorrect routing or account numbers, or any reason at all. You guys will know before we do that it bounces. So that's why it takes 4 to 5 days. No, we're not holding your money for no reason. So yeah, that's
all
right.
Right. Well, thank you for answering that question. It was an awesome question.
Can I pat myself on the back for that question?
And you nailed the answer too.
Yes, you did. It's incredible. We should give him a code. We should give him a Monument Metal spot deal code for an online thing here, right?
I made an infographic. I need to put it up on the site.
An infographic. Perfect. Yeah, you should.
We can direct traffic. So we want to say, as a community, all of us here from the Coast to Coast Show, thank you so much, John. We really appreciate having you on. You answered some awesome questions that I know a lot of people were curious about. And thank you for doing the spot deal. I'm going to put that in the chat now. And then we'll do our giveaway and we'll get you out of here, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys. And thank you to everyone that, came on the stream and will listen on YouTube. Thank you very much. And if you haven't tried us before, please give us a try. We will do everything we can to make your stacking life easier.
Awesome. So just so everyone knows, here's what the deal is. It's to get one gold sovereign. It's the King George British gold sovereign coin at spot. So it is a spot deal for some gold. And you have to use the coupon code SDRAGON20. Now, I'll put that in the description after the stream is over. I didn't want to let anyone know before the stream. But and I put the link in there as well. So that's how you do that.
That's gold. That's awesome.
Gold at spot.
Well,
that's
Can
amazing.
I mention one more thing?
Please do.
With that code, you can get one at spot.
Yep.
If you want more than one, they're only $4.99 over melt. $4.99 over melt. So it's still very
that's
cheap.
That's a great deal. Yeah.
It's in terms of sovereigns, it's a better type. King George is a little bit better type. I think some other dealers who shall not be named are selling them at $21.99 over melt.
Ridiculous.
Yours are spot for one and $4.99 for more than one. So.
And
Great deal.
Speg said
Very
the
generous.
code isn't valid right now. It'll be available after the stream. I think it is valid now, is it not?
Should be.
I think so. I think it's working.
Yeah, it'll work. We'll get it squared away.
Dragons 20. All right.
Well, let's do a giveaway here and say thank you again to John. We appreciate you for coming on and for sponsoring the show with the giveaway here we're going to be doing. So
the code does work. I just tried it.
Awesome.
And one more thing, I bought all of these in a big deal from a dealer yesterday. They are not here yet. They will be here early next week, and they will ship next week.
All
awesome.
Right.
Thank you so much. That's very generous. Appreciate it.
All right.
And thank you for the giveaway that's coming up. Guys, are you ready for a giveaway? Put one in the chat if you'd like to do a giveaway from Monument Metals, one of our sponsors tonight. That's so awesome. Let's see what happens.
So, hey, thanks again, John. I think we'll let you go. Get back to your family and everything. I know it's getting late over there on the East Coast, but we're going to give
family. There's stacking to do. What family? What does that mean?
That's a good point.
No, thank you guys very much for having me. Chat, make sure they have me back soon, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot, John. This was great.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Have a good giveaway.
All right. Have a good night.
Thanks. Good night.
Bye now.
All right. That was fun.
Oh, that was awesome, man. We got to do more of those. That is really neat.
And we really underestimated how long that was going to take.
I know, right? Shoot, dude, it's 10 o'clock.
I know. We just keep going forever. We got to have a whole separate stream, really, for the interviews.
Yeah, it's probably right, but I don't know. I don't think people mind going a little extra, right? Over an hour. We're going to do what? 2 giveaways tonight?
Yes, we got 2 giveaways tonight. We still got a little bit of a show to do.
Yay.
And Spectacular saying the code isn't working. Here's what I'll do, Speg. I'll make sure that I put it in the notes after the show, and I'll double check with them. I'll text them and make sure we're all good to go on that. But we'll get it going tonight, okay? Okay, so let's do this giveaway. And
Monument Metals.
Yes, from Monument Metals. So it's this round right here that we're giving away. The silver round I was showing off.
Very
and
nice.
Why don't you explain how the giveaway works, Yankee, and I'll put the question in and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. I'll just run through the rules real quick. I don't think Terry's in here to give me a hard time with the rules, but to qualify, you have to have a U.S. mailing address, except for the other giveaway we're going to do.
Right.
That's going to be international, right? But this one, you need to have a U.S. mailing address, and you need to email us, preferably Silver Dragons, to claim this prize. And winners will be chosen by Silver Dragons chat. No one else's, just his. And it's subject to review if we make a mistake, which we sometimes do.
We never make mistakes. No. Okay, cool. So, and Spectacular said the coupon code works now. Cool. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Glad we got all that figured out. So, all right, good luck, everyone. I'm going to put the question in the chat here. First person to get the right answer on my screen will be the winner. Oh, and I'll...
Unlimited guesses, and make sure you're in live chat.
Right, and I'm going to put a sticker just over the round right there with the correct answer on the back. Yeah, let's just do this thing. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. And there it is. We will see who guesses it first.
Yeah.
Ooh. They weren't listening. Up, we got
There it is. Bang. I saw it.
Yep.
Scroll up.
2014.
We don't want to sound sad, but yes, we got it.
Yes, we have a winner. The correct answer is 2014. And let's see if we can just show this on the full screen here. This one. Go. And then the first 2014 was actually Spectacular.
Yeah, it was one of our mods.
Look at that.
Pretty good bag.
Yes, and I am on live chat. You can see that right there. Not on top chat. And so he was paying attention there. 2014. There you go. And yeah, not a lot of other people even got it right. There was a lot of guesses though.
I do see 2014s right afterwards. So yeah, some people are listening. It just begs fast. What can I say?
Spectacular's extremely fast. But we do have another giveaway coming up. And it will be an American Silver Eagle, and it will be available internationally.
American Silver Eagle. Wow. Yeah, you don't want to miss that one, guys. Hey, how about a creator showcase? Can we squeeze one or two in?
Oh, please, let's do it.
Let's do
I've been
it.
dying to shout out one of these channels. We got a lot of people here in the house tonight, and so this is a perfect opportunity to shout out someone's channel.
Dude, 162. Wow. Is that like a record for Coast to Coast yet,
I
or?
don't know. I think on the Gigagal we had like
Oh,
250.
that's right. We broke two. Yep.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so
So yeah.
what do they do to enter? And I'm gonna try and figure out the
Yeah,
chat
you
here.
get it all set up. I'm just going to say, guys, this is for you, especially for you newbies. Creator Showcase is our chance to showcase those in our community that create content, have a YouTube channel, actually post videos, and we can showcase that for everyone else to see. So if you are a content creator and content creator only, please put the word monument in the chat.
And I will bring up the wheel of randomness. So put monument in the chat. I'm gonna spin the wheel, and we will see who's getting a shout out. Number 12. Looks like I've got some counting to do. Perfect. Let me bring this over here. Live chat. And let's see. Monuments. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 12. Winning image photography is what I got.
Whip. Yes. She's great.
All right. So I'm going to pull up her channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people know Winning Image Photography, but she's actually married to another YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if people know that.
Who is it? I wonder if he's in the chat. Oh, he is.
He was.
Yeah,
I
he's
answered one.
excited.
Yeah.
Steelers like, yes.
They are fantastic. It is kind of cool to see a couple doing their channel. That and I know Talking Bullion and his wife, Mrs. Bullion. They're just awesome.
Okay. All right, so here we are. So Winning Image Photography here. So yes, she is the wife of Silver Steeler, and looks like she had 309 subscribers. Let's, I'm gonna put her link. Did you already put it in? I'll put it.
I
in
did.
Here.
I'm sorry. I was sleeping.
You were sleeping?
On the job. I was sleeping on the job there, man.
Oh my goodness. Well, I gotta bring the chat over, and then Here we go. I'm putting it in. Boom. Okay, so I just put her the link to her YouTube in the chat. There you go. So go ahead and click on it. Subscribe to Winning Image Photography, and let's see for videos. Let's see what we got here.
Fun fact. You know what that logo is called?
What, the eclipse?
Yeah, the eclipse. There's a special name for that.
An eclipse?
What's diamond ring? That's the diamond ring when it actually just breaks free from the eclipse. It creates that diamond ring look.
Oh, really cool. Diamond ring. Gotcha. Would have never known. So, and she does have, look at this. We got shout outs. She's got making a stormtrooper thing. So she's got lots of cool videos here, so we definitely want to support her. But it looks like the last one's 4 weeks ago. Okay, so she's still making videos. Sweet. I'm going to reload it and see how many...
Yeah, let's see if we can bump that up a bit. I mean, we have 148 in here. That'd be great.
319. I think a lot of people are subscribed already. Because she's been around the community for a very long time. But someone said, Morgan Ring. Yep, cool. All right.
Good. That was a fun creator showcase. Thanks, Silver Balls. Do you know what? I actually met Silver Balls last week at Tim's.
Did you really?
Come on, man.
That is awesome.
I told my family that when I got home. My wife just kind of looked at me like big eyes, and of course, little Stack just starts chuckling. Yeah, I met Silver Balls there. Shook his hand. Fantastic guy. Had a lot of fun meeting him and talking with him.
I hope you shook his hand. Okay. So let's get on with the show a little bit here. We're already an hour in.
I know. Well, hey, come on.
It's
night is young.
Night. It's a special
night. Is it past your bedtime?
No, dude. Over here, it's only 7 p.m.
Ask. All right, so let's do one of our favorite segments to do. What's in your cart?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
boy, has it been wild with the price of silver and gold, or what?
It has been
since
crazy.
We last did coast to coast. It's been crazy.
And
up and down.
I'm actually kind of curious if people have already taken advantage or if they plan to take advantage of the spot deal from Monument Metals. I guess just put a 1 if you're going to go ahead and do that. Those gold sovereigns are really cool. I actually did a video on them like 3 months, maybe 2 months ago. Those are really sweet for stacking. But and also just let us know what you're picking up right now. So what are you trying to buy? What are you thinking about buying? Yankee, what's in your cart?
Oh, you know what, man? It's the Kevin Kennedy halves. I've already told Tim he's got some beauties. I said I'm coming back. I'm going to start filling up that guardhouse box that TB gave me, and then, well, dude, I've had to spend quite a bit of money on something that I call the Yankee Silver Channel round.
Oh, the Yankee Silver Channel rounds.
I am jacked, dude. I cannot believe that this is actually happening. But oh my word,
They're coming.
They are. I created that design. You helped me, just kind of, figure out the way it's supposed to go because I had all these ideas, and you're like, dude, seriously, it's a 2-ounce round, dude. What are you doing? So I had to settle it down and get it, but I still love the design, and you did an incredible job.
I appreciate it. I'm not going to show it.
No, don't.
People will have to wait to see what the design is, but I have made them. In fact, they're shipping out to Yankee tomorrow, at least the first little bit of the first release, I guess. And it's a sweet piece. I'm excited to have one.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm excited that you have one too. I think we did a little swap, didn't we?
Yes,
The old Yankee
yes.
swap.
One of
I'm
yours
excited.
for one of mine, yes.
Oh man, I can't wait to get yours. But yeah, we have something. I'm excited about it. I'm new to this. We did a limited run. There's not a lot of them because I got this feeling in the back of my head that's saying don't make a lot of them. There's you're dreaming if you're gonna sell a lot. So I want to start small.
They want to see them, Yankee.
Yeah.
Look, quick
No,
peek. Show us
no
the
peek.
Ripple side. I'll do this. I won't show you that one, but
Don't.
I'll show you my channel round.
Okay.
The Silver Dragons one.
And
It looks like this, but Yankee version. They want to know when it's getting released.
I have to figure out how to do. I do know how I'm going to do a prototype. So I'm excited about that. We're going to auction off a prototype, and it's coming up quite soon.
On the 17th.
I have someone special in mind to do the initial prototype auction. I won't say who, but I just talked with this person today.
Yeah, I
So
think we
I'm
all know
excited.
who it is. He does auctions on Tuesdays.
And
Okay.
then the rest of them, I don't know. How many did you make? What numbers? From what to what? We went from
For
1
you
to
or for me?
for me.
Oh, for you, 1 to 10.
Just 1 to 10, right?
Yep,
Okay.
that's all we have so far, but I can make
Yeah.
many more. Everyone's saying, Stormy, Stormy.
Yeah, who better, man? I'll tell you, he's incredible. So that's what's in my cart.
Okay, very cool. What's up, JT Coin Rings? Welcome. And, I'm just going to say real quick, what's up, Jason Bone, Timothy Mack, Sterling Cannabis? I'm just kind of saying hi to the people I see right here. West Coast Stacker, Fiat.
Yeah, we never did that because
We
we were so
didn't.
focused on the internet. Yeah, I did want to stop you, man. You were doing a great intro on John. So, yep.
Well, I
Backward
wanted to
Stacker,
get to that
Stackhouse,
interview. That was
Ben
fun.
64. I know Van Wood was in here. West Coast Stacker, scrapping, hoarding, tinkering, fun.
Yeah, thank you for the 5-spot SHTF. Appreciate that. He was saying join the SHT team SHTF.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's the only SHTF I like.
Yes, absolutely. What up, Darth Stacker? Yeah. So
What's in your cart, dude?
okay. So for me personally, I smashed a ton of silver in Disneyland. In fact, I made a bunch of Stormtrooper elongated quarters out of pure silver, and I'm mailing them out to Stormy, so he'll have some of those. But let's see. I went to a coin show recently. I spent way too much money. I bought a ton of stuff, and so I'm kind of like chilling for the moment, but I definitely want to pick up some more junk. So when I see a good deal on junk, like if Monument or Provident or SD, if anyone has a good deal on junk in the next like week or two, I'll probably jump on it. I'm looking for dimes.
Dimes.
Yes.
Smart man.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like the dimes, man. They're the most fractional, you know. Well, if you don't count the war nickels.
Dude, you sound just like my father. Like, oh, I don't know, 40 years ago almost. He said the same thing. Dimes. Son, dimes. They're the most fractional, blah, blah, blah. He got me into dimes.
The dimes are the coolest, and you have more of them.
Yeah, although I don't know. Kennedy halves. I need to fill this guardhouse
Oh
box. It's
my
gonna be so
gosh.
cool.
It's only one
I don't
year. How boring is that?
no, well, halves. All right. So Walkers maybe, but
Benjis.
definitely Benjis and Kennedys. Those are the two I'm filling it up. Maybe half and half. So,
Okay.
anyways, let's do another creative showcase before we run out of time tonight.
We've already run. No, let's do a showcase. Let's shout out one of your channels. Let's do this. What do they need to put in the thing?
Put channel round.
Okay, put channel round in the chat if you want a shout out. You have to have a channel with content on it, and we'll pull up the wheel of randomness here. Looks like a lot of people agree about the dimes, by the way. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. And where it lands, nobody knows. Ooh. Okay. Let's go ahead.
Silver Dragons.
I know what it is. It's Niner. So let's look up for channel round here. Let's see. Looks like the wolf was first. So we got one channel flounder. Come on. I'm not going to count that one. I'm going to go past
You're
that.
not?
No.
Oh, that's your prerogative.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got Coin and Silver Journey.
Oh, dude, do you know he's a sponsor of next Coast to Coast show on my channel?
Perfect.
Awesome.
Coin and Silver Journey.
This is great. Coin and Silver Journey. Congrats.
I got to look him up.
Look him up.
Cool. And we'll see how many subscribers he has currently. What was it? Coin and Silver Journey?
Coin and Silver Journey.
Okay. I found him. Oh, we could break 300 right now.
Right now. Let's do it.
So let me pull up his channel here, and I'll put the link in. Oh, wait. See, I did this last time. Nope, I got it. All right, so here's Coin and Silver Journey. Boom. We're doing a shout out to your channel. We're going to get you over 300. I guarantee it. Boom. I just put it in the chat. Everyone subscribe to Coin and Silver Journey. Look at this.
Show some love right there. And remember, he is... Oh, can you throw... after this, you got to show my camera, too, because I kind of want to give a little taste of what's coming. Coin and Silver Journey is a very generous dude.
Been around for a year. Unsearched coin lot bought from eBay 1 year ago. And then he's got lots of videos about silver. I see some junk silver. I see some giveaways in here. Oh, man. And he's got the coin show. I really want to look at that coin show video because the thumbnail's got a ton of gold on it right there.
Oh, yeah, I see. Wow.
So, nice. Oh, and it looks like he got an ERP, too. Should we talk about those?
No. Man, you know how to trigger me, don't you?
300.
Refresh that. Refresh
318. Boom.
Woo! There it is. That's why we do the Creator Showcase. One of the reasons why. We enjoy seeing it happen in front of us like that. That is so cool.
And we'll be shouting Coin and Silver Journey out again in 2 weeks because he'll be a sponsor.
Weeks. Yeah, throw up my camera just for a quick teaser.
There it is.
So yeah, check this out. See, under Baby Yoda.
I can barely see it, but yes.
Oh, no, really?
Bring him in. Bring him in.
Slide everything over.
Bring in Baby Yoda. We need to see Baby Yoda up close, please.
This was 3D printed from Little Stacks.
Gorgeous. Wait, he printed it himself?
He printed it on his 3D printer.
Oh, that is so cool.
Isn't that neat? What you seek is seeking you.
That's not creepy at all. Okay. Show off some of the stuff we're giving away. Next. All right.
Show. So yeah, right here. Look at these dimes and this Benji. Oh man, that is Coin and Silver Journey, and also this one. He's sponsoring this. Look at that, an Engelhard bar.
That is gorgeous.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna put link in one more time here.
One more time.
And one thing that I forgot to do was that this show tonight was sponsored by not only Monument Metals but also the Silver Forum. So,
Yes, it was. We have another giveaway coming up, don't we?
yes. So let's real quick show
By the
off.
way, let me just say this is a smattering of what is coming up for giveaways
Oh,
in the next
sorry.
few Let's Go shows. I'm just saying.
Yes, lots of silver to give away.
You just want to make sure you sub Silver Dragons, my channel, hit the bell. You don't want to miss out on these giveaways coming up. So anyway.
Right. So let me throw in the Silver Forum. I'm actually gonna just go ahead and also show you while we're here Monument Metals website. They both sponsored tonight's show. And Monument Metals. Oh, by the way, here's the gold sovereign.
I want you to show that.
I don't.
I have it up.
I don't like the slaying of the dragon. Not a fan, but it is a classic design. I do own one of these. Yeah. So anyway, there we go.
What percent? What percent is it? It's 0.9166 fine gold.
Yes,
Okay.
purity is 0.9166, right, and it's 0.2354 metal weight.
Close to a quarter. Yep.
Yep, just under a quarter ounce.
Not bad.
So there you go. But anyway, and if you guys haven't checked out the Silver Forum, definitely do so. The Silver Forum, I'll just put their link into the chat here. They are also in the description, but you can actually find silver at spot there. And they're really growing it here in the United States.
So. Yeah, they're primarily European, but it is growing here fast.
Mm-hmm.
People they're joining them.
So lots of stuff here for sale that you can see. Definitely check out the Silver Forum if you haven't yet. So there you go. All right.
I see a bunch. Did you ask a question about something that said one that people are answering one? I must have missed it. I see ones in the chat by backyard biking and hiking.
I don't know. I think you just start throwing ones in.
They're filling up our chat with ones. All right. So I think we need to wrap it up. So before we do our giveaway, couple reminders, couple announcements, and then we'll do our giveaway from the Silver Forum.
Yeah, absolutely. We still have that giveaway to do. So how about the Yankee box? Let's talk about that. Where is it at?
The Yankee box is now flying over the Pacific Ocean on its way to the Rat Stack, Jason B. in Hawaii. Boy, this is the time I wish I could literally go with the Yankee box. I want to go to Hawaii right now. But yeah, do you have the map maybe to throw up there to show people?
Yeah, I was trying to show off the map here.
Oh, okay.
And there it goes. You can see Hawaii down there. Or it's traveling. Is that what that means?
Yeah, it's flying across the ocean. Yeah, it hasn't quite reached yet. I think it will reach Monday. I'm hoping. Yes, the map looks like a winged dragon.
So it's already. So after it went to me, I haven't seen a lot of videos on it.
Well, we all know that one of our stops didn't do a video. No matter how much I tried to make him do the video, he refused to do it. But oh well. But it did get past you. It got all the way to Silver Turtle 66. Grog decided not to do a video, chickened out. Is he in the chat right now? Because I'd love to needle him. But he didn't do one. He went to Silver Turtle 66, and now it's on the way to the Rat Stack.
So Silver Turtle 66 has done a video or still will do?
Yeah, he did do a video. In fact, he's doing two, I think. He did one where it's taking a long time to get through this, right? He has to unpack everything and look at it, and then he's like, you know what? I need to do another video of what I'm putting in. So that should be coming out soon.
I'm looking forward to that.
Heavy. Dude, you went nuts.
I put a few ounces in there, yeah.
The Millennium Falcon?
I know. I haven't seen the video yet, so I don't know who took it. Is it still gone? Did Grog take it or no?
Well, Grog didn't do a video. I don't know, and I haven't seen if it's taken quite yet. So I don't know if Silver Turtles took it or not. Okay. I'm waiting for the second video. This is great, though. So anyways, that's the Yankee box. Not even halfway done.
There you go. Grog took it, says Sterling Cannabis.
Probably. Hey, so we're going to do our final giveaway, but before we do that, if you're interested in being a sponsor of the Coast to Coast Show, our bi-weekly show, and have your channel highlighted right at the top there where you see Monument Metals in the silver form on Silver Dragon screen, and in our browsers, and just, it's a great way to help you get over channel milestones. If you're interested in doing it, email either Silver Dragons or myself. We'll help you out.
Absolutely. And someone said, "What happened to live chat?" I don't know what happened to live chat. Every time I go to the full screen, the live chat gets destroyed. It just doesn't like to refresh or something. I don't know. Refresh. There we go. I think I fixed it. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to say before we do the giveaway at the end, the next pour party is on Friday the 13th, so that's coming up. Let's see, and then I hope everyone is subscribed to Yankee Stacking because the next Coast to Coast obviously will be on his channel.
Yep.
And yeah, let's do this giveaway, shall we?
Here we go. It's for an eagle?
Yes, it's an American Silver Eagle.
That's awesome. What's the date on that?
I believe it's a 2020. Now, the one I'm holding is not the actual one that will be given away, okay. But I do have a 2020 here. The one that will be given away is getting shipped from the Silver Forum from Chris Silver.
So, right, and that's why this is an international giveaway, right?
Yeah. So if you win this and you live in the UK, then that's actually better for them.
Yeah. Anybody in the UK right now? Put a 1 in the chat. I'm just curious. Oh.
So there you go. And I'm going to put the answer right above it there on that card. Okay. Shall we I put the question in?
This is it, guys. This is the last one.
Good luck, everyone. Here it is. This one will go pretty fast, I think. I'm not sure.
I think it is going to go fast.
We will see who wins. We got it.
There it is. Dude, seriously. I'm going to look for the other one that you had thought about putting. I just for curiosity's sake.
So Eagle was the correct answer. And here's my pick a bird go. And first Eagle was Jonathan Reese.
Awesome.
Boom.
Congratulations, Jonathan Reese.
But so before I landed on Eagle, I thought about doing Albatross, and Yankee said don't do it, and I think no one's putting that in there. You don't win anything.
Now they will.
You don't win anything if you put it, but we were kind of curious how long it would take. Yeah, I still don't see it. Okay, well, congrats, Jonathan Reese. He said yes. Yeah, I'll have to just mail you a sticker, Jonathan Reese. We'll do it that way.
Way to go, Speg.
Albatross. And you didn't win anything, but yes, you did put Albatross in there.
Wow, that's awesome. 127 left in the chat. Please make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Show Silver Dragon some love.
I appreciate that, guys. And we do want to say thanks again to John Swires from Monument Metals. I guess if anyone's watching. Fun?
Did you guys enjoy that? Put a 2 in the chat if you liked that interview and would like to see some more like that.
That was the first time we've ever done something like that here on the show.
I mean, others have big channels. Like, I could think of Salivate Metal. He's done several, but we've never done that.
Right. And
it was an honor.
I think it was actually fun, too, because you and I were both interviewing him, and then we went to the chat, so it was kind of a different take.
Yeah,
but
I definitely liked double teaming him.
Rocky Mountain
Bear. He was
Bear,
so good.
I will kiss your channel round before I send it. Sure, no problem. That's hilarious. I think he just bought one.
TMI, dude. TMI.
That's what he's saying. But yeah, I do have channel rounds available on my website. Link is down below. Cool. Is there anything else we need to do before we wrap up here?
We're done.
I think that was pretty much it.
That's it. We are done.
All right.
Oh, Darth Stacker said something very interesting for the 114 people left in there. I did an interview with him. I think you did too, right?
I was his first interview.
First one. Of course, you're always first, dude. Always. But Darth Stacker did an interview with me, and he's posting it tomorrow. So hey, check out Darth Stacker's channel too.
Yeah, email me, Jonathan Reese. I'm your guy. So there we go. And you too, Spectacular. Email me. Otherwise, I'll have no idea where to send this round to.
Yes, the Fiat Destroyer, the Yankee swap is put on. What do they say when a candidate like puts their candidacy on hold? Is that what they do? They don't actually say it's over. They just kind of say, "Well, I'm going to pause my candidacy," and well, I'm pausing the Yankee swap. How's that? I had to. So yeah, I'm really bummed, but oh well. Sorry about that, Fiat.
Suspended.
Suspended. That's the word. I've suspended the Yankee swap.
Let me say hi to a few people on the way out. What's up, Robert Reed, Prepping Metals, Silverholic, Silver Ripples, Van Wood, D.
Yes, Van. I don't think I'm gonna. I'll let you do that if you feel comfortable with that, Van.
Yeah, cool. So that was it for the show, guys. We're
Thank
gonna
you
do it
so
again in
much.
2 weeks.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And hey, your computer didn't crash.
Yes, my computer didn't crash.
No blue screen tonight.
What up, Dr. America? What's up? Yeah, if you guys remember, a month ago now, my computer crashed during the stream. It was terrible. I was freaking out, but it's fixed, so we're good.
Yeah, you did that to make me feel better. I know.
All right, do you want to sign off here, Yankee?
I will. I hope. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate all of you, and I hope your day is a-okay.
And I will say a Silver Dragons out. Have a good night, everyone.